Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram, Namaskar Akash ji. So we are a
Namaskar.
bit late but on time. May 2024, how it will be for all 12 ascendants. Please throw some light on it.
Yes, Roji, we'll discuss about May 2024 horoscope for all 12 ascendants here. Let's start with Aries. If you see Aries, the biggest transit that was supposed to happen has happened now. We are late, but still we are on time because here Jupiter has just entered Taurus into 0 degrees and some minutes, and this is going to take degree day by day and become very powerful. So your workplace, research-based things, and your career is going to take a very big leap. But that's not all. 10th of May is when Mercury will be entering into Aries. Now look at Mercury here. It is the lord of the third house and lord of the sixth house entering into the ascendant. That means anything that has to do with your communication, anything that has to do with your self confidence, which was not good for a long time, is now going to get into action whenever Mercury will enter into. So it is entering 12th from itself. It also means that there's going to be expenses related to family that will come to you, and it is not in debilitation anymore. So a very very positive news for all the Aries ascendant people. Mercury coming into the ascendant. Mercury and Venus, whenever they come together, it is called a very creative yoga. It's going to be very much full of creative and communication. And Sun and Mercury together makes a yoga called Bodhaditya Yoga, which is also very, very positive in terms of self confidence. Sun exalted during this time is going to take you to different heights. So make the most of this. Most means most of this time. Very, very nice time for you. Then Sun enters into Taurus, and here Jupiter is already combust because it is, Sun is in closer degrees, but Jupiter goes completely combust. The transition that happened of Jupiter the effect may slow down, or effect may fade away for a very short while, because till the time Jupiter is in combust mode, it will not give you the exact desired results. But on the other hand, the fifth house lord in the second house means some monetary gains. So here Sun going to the second house is a very very positive news for gaining some kind of wealth. So awesome time. So this is a very very good month, by the way. Then Venus also comes to Taurus. When Venus comes to Taurus, here Venus has come to its own house, telling Jupiter, hello, welcome, welcome here. Are you comfortable? Whatnot. It is said in the Shastras that Jupiter and Venus are, they do not get along together. But just imagine Jupiter, your Venus getting exalted in the house of Jupiter. So that means there is some deep lying story which we have discussed also in the earlier parts. Whenever Jupiter and Mercury are together, and especially in the house related to finance, there is growth in finance. There is going to be some positive outcome in finance. There is nothing to be worried about during this time. It's a very, very positive time for all the Aries ascendant people. And then Mercury does not stop here. Now Mercury is moving to the second house. So here there are four planets now: Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Sun. Four planets in the second house. That means some kind of good wealth can be seen during this time. It's going to be good time for wealth accumulation. So this is the most positive thing that is happening to Aries ascendant people. Very very happy for you guys. All the best. Remember, other planets, especially when Mars and Rahu are together, there can be some problem that can happen related to accidents, or some problem that can happen which can take you towards some kind of legal proceedings, hospitals, some, not for yourself also, maybe for someone else. That can be possible, and they are together in this whole month in the 12th house. Very very
It is,
careful. Love you. Yeah.
Akash, it is because Lagnesh also, Mars is Lagnesh also and in the 12th
Lagna
house.
sitting 12th from itself, that means this is a alarming situation that we have to be careful about. Okay, so that's what it is. Otherwise, a great month for you. Lagnesh in the 12th house, but making a Viprit Raj Yoga also. So bigger problems related to research, or maybe related to occult, and getting in contacting some people who are in the occult world can happen during this time. A lot of help need to be taken from the outside people. So this is what is going to happen. All the best for Aries SNN people. Do comment below. Let us know what you are going through. What are you waiting for? Is any of these things in line to what we are talking about, so that it will add more points to the research. Do subscribe. We make these videos regularly. We make weekly, we make monthly, we make important transits. Every transit mostly is covered. And for appointments, everything is, below here. You can click on the link and take an appointment. For Taurus ascendant people, what a blessing for Taurus ascendant people when Jupiter has entered into Taurus. Finally, Jupiter is in the Lagna. Very good. I was talking to some Taurus ascendant people, because they are my favorite. So I have a group of them. So they were saying that, higher education, suddenly we are going to do MBA, this, that, whatnot. So a lot of good things coming your way in terms of your education, in terms of partnerships. One Taurus ascendant I know is going to get married. Nothing's out of a blue. They are like, okay, sir, you know what, we are getting married. So very, very awesome time for Taurus ascendant people. Many people will enter into a relationship, higher studies, designation, like lot of um, growth spiritually as well as in your status is also seen here. So awesome time for you. Now remember, for Taurus, Jupiter is not extreme benefic, but it is also the owner of gains. Yeah, it is a eighth house lord that can bring sudden ups and downs. So what happens is that Jupiter in the ascendant cuts down lot of karmas. So in the initial, when Jupiter enters here, it can be little bit hurdles, like little bit of discomfort in the beginning, like from May till July end. Then July onwards, your upward trends start. So just take things slow. Very good time to conceive, by the way. Very, very nice time. May 10, Mercury will enter into Aries, into the 12th house. Now, here, Sun is already here, Mercury is already here, Venus is already here. Now, when Mercury enters into Aries from debilitated state, that now it starts taking power here. And second house Lord in the 11th house means some kind of expenses for family, some kind of travel with family, some kind of money that is going to be spent on the family, or there can also be some kind of quarrel or fight with the family that can happen. So you have to be careful how you use your communication skills. That may create some kind of. But those who want to go for higher education, awesome time for them. Fifth house Lord in the 12th house, higher education, long distance travel, foreign country education, very, very nice for you. So expenses can happen for education or for training purposes also. Sun will enter into Taurus and Jupiter is in combust. Jupiter is combust when Sun enters into Taurus. Now, when Jupiter gets combust here, the power of Jupiter that it is supposed to give will give little bit of delays. So that means that anything that you want to try now should be tried as soon as Sun will leave this house. If you want to drive to conceive, if you want to try to get married, if you want to try to go to higher education, think about it, work towards it, but do it after a month, as soon as Jupiter says that okay, it's out of the sun's sight and it becomes powerful again. So that is what is required. Then Venus enters into Taurus. Very good. Lagna lord coming into the Lagna. It's an awesome time for self-confidence to be at number one mark. It is an awesome time for making sure that you will get what you say, a lot of physical as well as emotional confidence during this time. So those people who are, especially Taurus people, have to be very careful because Jupiter has come to Lagna. Whenever Jupiter will come to Lagna, your weight increases, so we need to get down the weight. So Venus will help you during this time to get into some routine, because it is owner of the sixth house sitting in the first house. We have to see everything. When we see any chart, we have to make sure that we hit small details. Otherwise, Venus coming to first house, very nice, you will look beautiful. No, you have to see that it owns the sixth house as well. So workplace will be pleasant, your routine will become pleasant. In fact, there will be some good news from your enemy's side, that some enemies might become friends with you. So it's a positive time for all the Taurus ascendant people. Then Mercury enters into Taurus. Here, four, it's called a stellium. When four planets are together, it's a very, very awesome time from 31st of May. That four planets together, they are going to be extremely powerful. Especially the second house Lord in Lagna means some expenses again. It is continuing that from the family. Maybe God forbid it should not happen, but it will be for some medical reason that you may have to spend some money. It can be very small, like just taking your mother or father for a blood test, or it can be intense, like they are getting admitted and you are spending some money, or not only money but time also. It is a time of little bit of your heart going little bit up and down, little bit stress. That is what it says. But otherwise, if you see, awesome time for career, very good growth. Saturn in the 10th house, very very awesome position. Saturn aspecting the 12th house, expenses or travel, short distance travel will put your expenses up high. But overall, very good time to find love, have peace, and be very happy. So all the best, Taurus ascendant people, for the month of April, from the month of May. Beautiful, beautiful time for you. Do comment below and let us know about your feedback, that how do you feel, that how are the planets aligning to your energy. And on the other hand, those who are new, we make lot of videos weekly, monthly. We make all the transits, so you can subscribe so that you are always in tune with AC Astro and its progress. There is a link for appointments. Click on it and you will be able to get appointment, and we can discuss your chart in detail. All the best for May. Moving on to Gemini ascendant people, this is how the whole scenario is. Jupiter has come to the 12th house. Expenses will be on the rise. But on the other hand, spiritual power is also on the rise. Expenses will happen in terms of real estate, in terms of workplace, expansion in the workplace area, and in terms of some kind of building, some kind of construction, inheritance is coming to you. That is where it can happen. On a larger level, Jupiter in the 12th house is not so favorable, sorry to say, but it is okay. Jupiter is a positive planet. It will not see when expenses happen. Now we think that, oh, we are only in trouble, but you have to see that without expenses there is nothing, right? For everything there is expense, everything. We are talking, you're watching your phone, right, or your laptop. You are spending money because data is not free, you are paying for it. So every time there is expenses, but expenses for good reasons is a good thing. Later, Mercury enters into Aries. Now, this is a very, very awesome time. Finally, the Lagna Lord has stopped its debilitation power. Like that means it is out of that debilitation mode and now going into the 11th house. Lagna Lord in the 11th house. Awesome time for progress, gains, your goals getting complete, your social recognition, and lot of good networking, communication during this time. Friends will act as, your wealth generators for you. So make the right choices and you will be doing absolutely well. Then Sun enters into Taurus, into the 12th house. Now this is a time where we have to be a little careful, especially in travel area, because this is the time that you may want to travel, or there may be some short distance travel, long distance travel for a shorter period of time. This is what it means. And there you have to be careful. You may get under the weather, sick, might have to go visit hospital, might have some kind of issues, health issues. Those who are into not really good ethical behavior may also see some prison or some kind of things related to not very good time. Sun when enters the 12th house, so you have to be utmost careful. Expenses will be on the rise or only due to travel, and travel will not be very very pleasant because Jupiter is also getting combust. Jupiter getting combust means Jupiter is not able to help you at a larger level. So careful, be show a lot of solitude, preach Bhagwan, like go towards God, go towards chanting. This is the time to do maximum chanting possible, bring you a lot of happiness. Then Venus enters into Taurus. Now Venus is the Lord here. You have to very remember, it is the Lord of the 12th house coming into the 12th house. That means what happens when, like for example, you own a house and house is in complete mess, and then you come and say that, okay, listen, I will take care of it. Now everyone has to work according to me. This is what is going to happen. Venus is going to take control over this house and try to act very, very, what you say, like with discipline and strictness. But because Sun is going to make Jupiter also combust, Jupiter is Venus also combust, so Venus also becomes less powerful here. Sun is more dominating. Sun is always very powerful. That's why wherever Sun will be, we will see that the power of that house is immense. And here the power of the 12th house is immense. That means expenses. Sun is the government. Coming to the 12th house means it's a dushtana, it's a place of sorrow. So sorrow with the government also can happen. So be very, very careful during this time. Then Mercury enters to the 12th house. Now, this is now again another thing. Lagna Lord comes to the 12th house. Now, expenses is for sure happening. So, this month is month of expenses mostly. And Jupiter is going to do expenses for positive, pious reasons. So, let's take it in a positive way. Expenses, let it happen in a positive way. Make sure your ethical or your practices are good so that you do not have to spend on law and order, or you be very specifically eating and stuff should be very good, otherwise you'll have to spend your money in hospitals. So make sure that you make the right decision to get the right energy working for you. Okay, it's very important for all the Gemini ascendant people this month to pray to Lord Ganesha. So if you want to pray to Lord Ganesha, Om Gan Ganpataye Namaha is the mantra. Do it maximum times so that you can invoke that energy and have a protective shield around you so that nothing can create trouble for you. All the best. It's a positive month, but with little bit of expenses. I'm sorry for it, but this is everything is in front of you. It's not like I'm hiding or I want to give you something which is not there. Everything is in front of you. But on the other hand, the problem that is happening in the work area will try to become very, very nice, because Mars has come to the 10th house with Rahu. Whenever Mars and Rahu are together, it becomes a very aggressive fighting kind of a zone. So make sure that you do not fight in the work area, but otherwise you have to be tough during this time to make the right choices. All the best, Gemini ascendant people. Those who are new can subscribe, because we make a monthly, weekly, as well as all the major transits, which may help you make some decisions and do something, prepare yourself. And there is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. There also you can click and we can talk about your chart in detail. For Cancer ascendant people, Rohitji, 1st of May is when Jupiter has entered into your 11th house. Now, this is a very, very good time. All the problem, all the trouble in the career area is now going to be a little bit less, and now a lot of gains, a lot of goal achievements, lot of things in this whole year. In from this May till next June, lot of good things are going to happen. But not as if right now, because what is happening is that Jupiter is going to be in combust mode. When Jupiter is combust, the power with the immense power that it has becomes a little bit faded. So we see the power coming to us in a very small, in a month's time it will start giving you good results. So don't be lose patience during this time. Very good time for communication, very good time for higher education, new jobs. Job, there will be a little bit of difficulty because Saturn is aspecting your 10th house by its third aspect, so a lot of hard work in the work area. But otherwise, all your other problems, like all your bigger major problems, are not there. All the major problems have gone away. Now only little sustain and survival problems are there. That is what you will have to manage during this time. Finally, Mercury, which is the lord of the 12th house, was in the 9th house. Might have made you travel in month of April. You may have traveled somewhere long distance, or maybe there could have been a shift of residence or changing of house, or maybe getting into a new property. Now it is all ended. The expenses are going to come down, and there's going to be some good positive news from a foreign country about your workplace, about your work. There may be also some kind of positive news in terms of communication. That means you are going to get some positive communication now for the work area. Very, very positive time for you. See now, the 12th house lord is sitting 11th from the 12th house, so that means some gains, some good positive news is going to come to you. Very, very nice time for you. Then 14th of May is when Sun will enter into Taurus. Whenever Sun will enter into Taurus, this is the time that it has already made the Jupiter combust, but now Jupiter will be under complete influence in the same zodiac. Jupiter is going to become powerless. Sun become very powerful. And this means that monetary gains, very, very good. Some status, promotions. Yes, man, we are talking right about it. Second house is about status. And second house lord in the 11th house means some kind of status in professional life, because it is sitting 10th from the second house. Count from here, no? From second house. It is 10th, then 11th, then 12th. This is how it works. 10th. And when it goes here, that means status, some kind of monetary benefit from your work area. But ego will be your problem. You will be egoistic during this time. And this may create or lead to some kind of problem, or some kind of, what happens is, Rohiji, when ego and all becomes high, then, jealousy, and some people try to start fighting with you, and power game that can happen, so just avoid it. 19th of May is when Venus will enter into Taurus. So Venus here is the lord of the fourth house and the 11th house. That means during this time you will gain something from real estate, or maybe there can be some kind of expenses in the real estate, maybe construction, maybe some kind of some changing, some renovation can happen, or maybe buying of a property can happen. So it is a positive time again, and Venus coming into this house will make sure that it takes care of the 11th house, where Jupiter is not in power. So someone going to its own house, even less powerful, will be able to have control on this house. So a great time for all the Cancer ascendant people in terms of some happiness, positivity, real estate, some vehicle buying, some luxury, doing some luxury, luxury in your life coming. So embrace this time. Then Mercury also enters into Taurus. It's a stellium of four planets, 31st of May onwards, four planets in one house. Here, Jupiter and Venus, Mercury, Sun, Sun will make sure that everyone is combust. It will not leave anyone. Everyone will be combust. Mercury will take a little bit of 2 days to get combust, but yes, everyone will become combust. Sun is still most powerful here, but Mercury is making you travel during this time, and expenses due to travel, or maybe your communication or some commitment which you do, may create some kind of a area where you have to come and fulfill all your all your commitments that you have done, which may create some expenses happening to you. So be very careful, and especially all the four aspects are on your fifth house of children and romance. So in that area there may be a lot of commitment that you may not have to fulfill. So that is what it is. Otherwise, a very, very awesome positive time for you. All the best. Those who are new can subscribe, because we make monthly videos, weekly videos, we make every transit, and try to explain astrology at a very simple level. And those who are looking for appointments, all the details are below. There is a WhatsApp link in the description. Click and you will be redirected to a WhatsApp link, and there you can come and discuss about your chart in detail. Thank you. For Leo ascendant people, 1st of May is Jupiter. Jupiter is already transited to the 10th house. That means a lot of gains that you can see, especially in the area related to your bank balance. Things will go up in your real estate, or in any kind of thing that has to do with vehicle or real estate. Things will be very good. Inner peace, happiness, very good time for you. If there is any problem pertaining to your heart, lungs, that is also going to be very positive, and nothing will happen in that area. And especially your debts are going to go down whenever Jupiter, even Jupiter aspecting the aspecting the sixth house with the debilitated aspect, still that aspect is positive only, because Jupiter it will look for positive reasons only. Never ever the debilitated aspect, it will try to work very hard there also to give you very good results. So your debts are going to go down, and there may be also positive debts that will come to you. Maybe you buy something, for that you'll have to take debt, that will go through. So things are looking very good. But more than that is looking, when Mercury has finally ended its debilitation and come into the ninth house. See, for Leo ascendant, Mercury is the most important planet. If there is good Mercury, things are good. If there is little bit afflicted Mercury, things are bad. And because Mercury rules the second and the 11th house, the house of money, wealth accumulation, and house of gains, it is very important for Mercury to be in the right space. Mercury in the ninth house is a very positive thing. From 10th of May, you can expect some great monetary benefits. Like, honestly, it's called windfall, some kind of that, some contracts, some areas, some job, anything that you're looking for right now, anything where you need success will happen. And reason, if you go and check very carefully the Bhavat Bhavam principle, Mercury is the 11th house lord, and sitting 11th from itself in transit, that means it will be awesome, awesome, very, very positive for all the Leo ascendant people. Lot of gains coming to you, so make the most of it. Jupiter is promising, Mercury is promising. Now Sun will enter into Taurus. When Sun comes to the 10th house, or Lagna Lord in the 10th house, that means growth in career area, some kind of positive news in career area. But because Jupiter is working on controlling Ketu, controlling your 4th house and the 6th house, there will be a little bit of, again, Ketu will act in a way related to your dental. I think in the last video when we made about Ketu in this house, I think every Leo ascendant told about their dental problems, because that is what Ketu is there, right? It will do something, and it has come to the second house. It will do give problem related to dental, suddenly talking and your lips or your tongue getting cut, a lot of pain in that area, some kind of ulcers in the mouth. These are the things that is common when Ketu is in the second house. So you may again have a little bit of relapse of some dental or some problems in your mouth area. On the other hand, there will be also problem that in this during this time when Jupiter is not very powerfully aspecting the second house, you may commit something wrong to someone. So it is better to just be quiet. The more quiet you are, the more in fun or more in happiness you will be. Okay, so this is the time of being silent. But Sun entering the 10th house, Lagna Lord in the 10th house is a Raja Yoga, because it is the time that your career is going to take shine up. There is going to be some positive news. Mercury is showing that positivity. Sun is showing that positivity. Jupiter is, and I am not saying this just because it is in front of you. I am not lying. It is not like I'm making things in my mind. It is in front of you. You can see that where the Lagna Lord is placed. So there is going to be positive news in your career. Very positive status, improvement of status in the career area. Great time for you. Then Venus will enter into Taurus. That means the career lord has now come to the 10th house only and saying that, okay, listen, Sun was giving you this, I will give you more. So there is going to be more expectations that you can keep from this month. Jupiter is going to make expansion in your career. Sun is saying that your status improves. And Venus is saying that, okay, I'm going to give you more and more during this time. So what else do you need? It is exactly in front of you. This is a very, very rare kind of event that happens, and it is happening in the month of May. So make the most use of it. Be extremely dedicated towards your career. You will be doing absolutely well. And then Rohitji, this is not the end. Career wise, there is going to be some great, again, communication, great news that comes to you, which will give you monetary gains. And that is after May 31st, because this is the time that Mercury, the lord of your money, the lord of the second house of money and lord of 11th house, higher goals, expectations, all come to the 10th house, and there is going to be great positive news in the career area. So this is the time, this is the month where for Leo ascendant people, the status goes up. There's going to be some positive big status growth. There is going to be there can be possibility of taking a big leap, starting a business, getting into bigger contracts, getting into more work, travel. So many things can happen to Leo ascendant people. This is a very positive month. So 10th of May onwards, everything starts for you like chop 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 chop. It is going to keep going up and up and up. You'll be extremely busy. So make the most of this time. This does not come every month. June is going to be more positive month, because 11th house, Mercury will reach the 11th house. Mercury, Venus will reach the 11th house. Sun will reach the 11th house. So it is going to be more positive. So this is what the way is being paved for a nice smooth road. This is what this is. This is just construction time. Then later it will be mostly smooth road. Now remember, all these four planets are collectively aspecting the fourth house. That means in your house there can be some good news coming, maybe some kind of good rituals, maybe some kind of happiness, maybe construction, maybe some kind of vehicle buying, purchasing new things. So very awesome time. So wonderful. Only one thing where you have to be careful is related to health. Look at the 8th house, where Mars, the yoga karka, 9th house lord is sitting 12th from itself. So number one is your father's health has to be taken care of or taken into utmost consideration. Father can have some kind of big problems related to heart attack, or stroke, any accidents, things can happen in that area. On the other hand, you may have to face some kind of sudden ups and downs in the health area. Suddenly your health becomes a little bad, so be careful in that area. Otherwise everything is awesome. All the best. There is a those, we make the monthly videos, we make weekly videos, and we make a lot of transits, every individual transits. Now for Mercury entering into Aries, we're going to make a very special video. For not missing that, do subscribe so that you're always connected to us. And those who want to take personal appointments, with all the details are below. Click on the link and you will come to WhatsApp, and then we can discuss in detail. All the best. Moving on to Virgo. So for May, For Virgo ascendant people, Jupiter has entered into Taurus, into the Bhagyastan. Finally, the eighth house Jupiter is gone. So you should be happy. है ना? Foreign travel or foreign initiation of travel which Jupiter started for you, now it will conclude it because Jupiter has come to the ninth house. Ninth house is the house of long distance journey. You know, Rohiji, ninth house is also the house of learning different languages, going higher education, getting into philosophy, getting into Guru Seva, getting into Gau Seva, getting into Dharma. So it is very very beautiful house, 11th house, ninth house. Here ninth house, your higher learning becomes very very important integral part of your life, and the sadness, the solitude, the isolation that you were facing into your own character will move away because Jupiter is now going to aspect the lagna where Ketu, he was putting you into a lot of detached areas. Now that detachment goes away and you will feel happy and a lot of growth, personal growth can happen. Now, with this celestial event of Jupiter moving to the ninth house, there is also Mercury ending its debilitation and going into the eighth house. So, Mercury is the lord of the Lagna, getting into the eighth house. This is the time that secrets will get revealed. Mercury is getting combusted into the light of sun, and whenever this happens, secret gets revealed. है ना? Mercury, it will take time to get combust, by the way, but still, till the time Mercury is here, Lagna Lord, secrets from your career area, secrets from your family, from inheritances, from some kind of someone doing fraud with you, someone trying to cheat you, all that kind of communication will come in front of you. So you may expect something very positive here. Then Sun is going to go into the ninth house where Jupiter is already combust, so it will become more powerful because it gets into the same zodiac where Jupiter is. Jupiter is at very minute degrees because it has just entered here 14 days ago, right? So it is just at 2-3 degrees. So what happens is this time Jupiter shows a little bit less power. So again, there may be a surge in some kind of isolated feeling. Don't worry about it. You have to understand that 12th house Lord has come to the ninth house. That means there will be expenses related to some travel, expenses related to something, maybe religious expenses, maybe expenses due to some havan, some puja, some homam, some kind of donations, or expenses for father's health. This is also very important to see. Sun has entered from its exalted sign to the sign of Taurus. Very good placement of Sun, no problem. 12th house Lord in the ninth will make you go higher, long distance journey. You will be spending on that, but spending, na, that is the challenge here. Spending is too much on the higher side. Then Venus enters into Taurus. Now Venus finally comes, is the second house Lord coming into the ninth house. That means blessings, complete blessings on your mind. There will be no big troubles. Your destiny will be working for you, and if there are obstacles that come to you, destiny will make sure that obstacles go away. Then Mercury also enters into Taurus. Now the Lagna Lord in the ninth house means destiny, double power of destiny. That Destiny Lord also in the Destiny Law house, the Lagna Lord also in the Destiny, also double power of destiny working to you. This is the time that you receive some status, some kind of recognition, some kind of letter that you are waiting for, maybe for job, maybe for higher education, maybe for your promotion. So these are the things that can happen during this month. So it is a positive, awesome month. What we need to do during this time maximum is to be very calm and patient, because what happens is Sun, remember that it has come to the ninth house, so excitement will be there. Seventh house is occupied by Rahu, so a lot of desire will be there in relationships, in intimacy, and Mars is there, makes you more aggressive, so you have to be careful not to make any wrong choices during this time. And those who are young, those who are into teenagers, during this is the time that they have to be extra careful, otherwise there will be some more trouble that you may face. But a positive month for destiny, double dose of destiny for Virgo ascendant people. We make monthly videos, we make weekly, we make a lot of transits, so this is subscribe button there, press on it so that you do not miss these videos, and you can get very very simple interpretation of your chart and of your month. Appointments, all the details are below. There is a number, WhatsApp number, you can just click on it and you will come. If you want to email, there is email ID also down, so both you can use any, whatever you like. All the best. For Libra ascendant people, I got a call today and they say, sir, now you for a Libra ascendant people, you don't say my favorite people. You are still my favorite always. Libra will be close to my heart and always will be. Uh, I do puja of Libra ascendant people. That is how Libra ascendant is. Jupiter is entering into Taurus and entered into Taurus and in the 8th house for you, aspecting the 12th house. So, a lot of journeys now, lot of long distance travel this year for you. Lot of expenses also related to travel. But on the other hand, because of the 7th aspect of Jupiter, lot of partnerships and lot of gains from partnerships. So, very good time for you. Jupiter from here aspecting the 10th house also say expansion in real estate. So some kind of buying of property or vehicle and getting a lot of motherly love during this time. So at a positive time for all the Libra ascendant people. Then Mercury finally ends its debilitation and enters into the 7th house. This is the time you have to be very careful in communication with your spouse or your business partners because that's 12th house lord is in the 7th house. So there can be some kind of isolation, some kind of argument, some kind of quarrel that can happen. But you have to be careful, okay, in the terms of your what you say, of your spouse or a business partnership. But because sun is here and sun is exalted and very soon it is going to go away to the 8th house, so you have to be careful on the other hand that don't get into any kind of legal trouble with your partnership or in partnership firms, because then it may be very difficult for you. There will be a lot of expenses that will come to you, so you should avoid any kind of legal battle or starting a legal case yourself also should not be initiated during this time. Sun finally has entered into the 8th house on 14th of May. Now, here, remember, the 11th house Lord is in the 8th house. So, there may be sudden ups and downs, fluctuations in your income, fluctuations in partnership wealth that is supposed to come. See, Jupiter is combust right now. So, as soon till the time Sun will enter from here to the 9th house, there may be little bit of transition time. So, you will start to see all the effects of Jupiter only from, you know, June of this year. That is where you will. That's why everyone who I was talking to, I was saying that June, just let Jupiter take some degree, get out of this combust mode, and then you will be able to see a lot of positive results of Jupiter. Well, Jupiter has done so many positive things for already. I've seen so many messages coming that, sir, Jupiter came, this happened, very positive thing, very this thing, that thing. So Jupiter has already done very good things for everyone, but it will continue on a larger scale from June onwards. Sun is the 11th house lord here. So be very careful in terms of your networking. There may be some kind of person who may reveal your secrets, or you tell someone secret and that may come out and it may create a little bit up and down in the area related to your network. So there may be fight between friends or your social or business network. So be careful, not in terms of misunderstandings. Then Venus will enter into Taurus. Now, this is a good time. Venus says, okay, I am the Lagna Lord. I come to the 8th house. There is a lot of ups and downs happening here. Let me take control of it, and it will take control. But this is also the time of getting into secret relationships. There may be some kind of secret relationship that you may desire during this time. And it's up to you that how you want to continue. But Jupiter is here. It will give you expansion in that area. So that is, you have to be very careful how, till what extent emotionally you get involved in other person. But on the other hand, gains from partnership is also seen during this time. So that means the dispute that was going on will also end, and a lot of gains from partnership is seen. And that's not all. Mercury comes into the 8th house, and here it creates a, what you say, Viprit Raj Yog. It is the owner of the 12th house coming into the 8th house. So it is making a Viprit Raj Yog. Here you have to be very, very happy because Mercury finally is coming to Taurus, where there is one problem here. Yes, the problem is that Mercury coming to the 8th house is also going to get combust, so it is not going to give that beautiful results. In fact, it is a time very careful for father's health, because some kind of father's health can be little bit compromised, because this combust Mercury in this Dushtana, it's a very positive planet, it will give you bad effects. So you have to be very careful again in terms of communication and in terms of travel. Especially in travel, you have to be extremely careful and very, very careful. That is what is should be taken care of. Otherwise, all the best. Very nice month. There is, you can subscribe, and there is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. Go for it, and we will talk about your chart in detail. For Scorpio ascendant people, when we talk about Scorpio ascendant here, the Lagna Lord is in the fifth house. So that means some education, higher education things can happen. But the most positive thing that has happened is transit of Jupiter that happened on 1st of May, and it came to the seventh house. Now this is the house from where we see higher, bigger designations, relationships, anything that has to do with partnerships. This is a very, very positive time for partnership, for taking a bigger roles. If you want to start a business, very, very good time, depending on other factors in your chart, but this is a very good time to start business, because a lot of things will be in your favor during this time. Now what happens is that the main thing that is happening is that your isolation that was happening, lot of inclusiveness was happening, will move. You will move to a broader social life now, because of Jupiter aspecting the fifth aspect on the 11th house. So a lot of broader, it will become very broad now. This is a very good time. Then on the other hand, if you see Jupiter aspecting the ascendant, will make sure that your what you say attitude also becomes on a very big scale. It becomes very nice. So that is also positive. Jupiter aspecting the third house, communication wise things will be working in your favor. So it is a very positive transit of Jupiter. And the most positive transit is of Mercury making a Viprit Rajyog in the sixth house, trying to end all your troubles related to enemies. So enemies who were trying to trouble you will not be able to face you now, because Mercury is here making a Viprit Rajyog and sitting 11th from the 8th house. So you are going to gain from some research that you have done in the past life. If any research you have done on your workplace, on your colleagues, or some enemy who's trying to trouble you, this is the time to put them into that spotlight and tell them this is the person that did that, and you will have victory during this time. So best of luck. Then Sun will enter into Taurus. Now when Sun enters into Taurus here, this is the 10th house lord coming and sitting 10th from itself. So those who are waiting for that letter which says that you are promoted, you will get that letter. Those who are waiting for power, very good, but not good for marriage and relationship. There can be some dispute, problem, struggle, ego war in marriage and relationship, which may create a little bit of challenge. Even if Jupiter is here, we may be thinking that Jupiter is here. Why? Because Sun is going to make Jupiter combust. And once Jupiter get combust, then it does not have that much power that it's supposed to. So Sun is the king, right? So king is bigger. So Jupiter will not show you that much power, and you may feel a little bit of challenge in the relationship area. But on the designation and status side, you are going up. Very positive time. Then Jupiter says, why not use this positivity with luxury? And Jupiter says, if there is so many good things happening, why are we having trouble in relationships? And this is when Jupiter comes to the 7th house and say that I will save your relationships and things will become better for you on a longer run. See, now all three planets are aspecting the Lagna. Okay, so there is a big news here coming, and because Mercury has also now come here in the 7th house, so there is a stellium or 4 planets in the 7th house aspecting the ascendant. Now what happens here is that when these 4 planets will be aspecting the ascendant, the confidence will be at a different level, but the opinion, difference of opinion will not be with other person, will be with yourself only, because you will be thinking 4 different ways to tackle one problem or one thing. So you have to now make a choice. You have to make a choice that what kind of area what kind of decision making you should go with. And I would suggest that this decision making should be patience oriented. It should not be done during this time, because your brain is working for luxury also, for settlement also, for now I got this job, big designation, I want more, I want bigger. So ambition, like extra over ambitious also, this is what it will happen. So this is the time to be patient, absorb the positivity that has come to you, and then celebrate it in a while. Do not celebrate immediately. Otherwise, a very, very awesome good month, and especially in terms of your designation, relationships. In the beginning of the month, relationship little bit up and down, but as soon as Venus enters into Taurus, again it restores. So positive. Very good time for marriage timing. Very good time for there can be some communication problems or fights in the love area because of Mars and Rahu sitting together in the 5th house, but still not to be worried about, because seventh house is majorly seen for commitment. So on the commitment side, you can do commitments during this time. It's a very positive time for you. All the best, Scorpio ascendant people. There is we make monthly videos, we make weekly, we make all the important transits. So there is a subscription button, click on it, so you subscribe free of cost, and then you can stay up to date with all the videos. There is a WhatsApp link for description for appointments. Those who want to take appointments and talk to me, there is you're free to do that. All the best. For Sagittarius ascendant people, when we talk about 1st of May is when Jupiter has already transited into the 6th house for you. A lot of trouble that you were facing related to debts, related to enemies, workplace, everything gets solved now, because Jupiter sitting here and Ketu, till from October you must be going through trouble sometime, and 30th of October when Ketu transited here till now, oh, Ketu will must have done a lot of bad things in the area related to your workplace or work, career. Things must not be going right. Lot of detachment in the career area. You did things might be like you don't want to get up and go to work, but now that will all change. In workplace there will be a lot of improvement, there will be good things coming to you, job changes, increments, not promotion, but yes, on a other level, lot of responsibilities you will get. So it is a positive time for Sagittarius ascendant people. Then Mercury enters into Aries. Now Mercury has finally ended its debilitation, and the Kendra Lord coming into the 5th house is a Raja Yoga. So this is the time that Mercury becomes extremely benefic planet for you. Love life, anything communication that needs to be done in that area, anything that has to convert into a commitment, anything that has to convert into education, higher education, your life, anything that has to convert into progeny, that means children, anything that has to be done in that area can be planned during this time, because it is a very positive time for all the Sagittarius ascendant people. Then Sun enters into Taurus. Now what's happening? The 9th house lord is sitting 10th from itself. So now careful. Sun comes here. Sun is law and order. Sun is always government. Some kind of issue with the government, some kind of to and fro with the government, some kind of challenge with the government. Here you can face that, and Jupiter is not going to help you because it is debilitate. It is combust. Sun aspecting the 12th house also means problems, expenses, trouble. So for this ascendant, especially when the destiny lord comes into the 6th house, that means your destiny is going to be a little bit ups and downs, only for a while, till the time sun is here, and then it moves out. There is no problem. If there is any court cases that you're going through, there may be some kind of problem that may not be in your favor. So you may have to hear some bad news during this time. Whatever it is, sometimes good, sometimes bad, but this is a time, a little bit of challenge. So be very careful. Don't make new enemies, don't make new court cases, don't try to put false allegations on some other people. Just try to be more ethical and more spiritual during this time. Then Venus enters into Taurus. This is the time it takes balance of this house. It says that, okay, listen, if there is any problem, I have come now, I will solve the problem. And health wise, you have to be careful again, because Venus here can create some problem in the lower abdomen area, some kind of food poisoning, some kind of stomach infection, some kind of problem in the bowel area, gas problem, that kind of problems can happen. And Venus is an extreme planet that rules all the genitals. So problem in your genitals, that especially those people who are going through prostate, those people who are going through hernia kind of problems, piles, these kind of hemorrhoids, here it will get intensified. But Venus, on the other hand, will enhance this house in terms of giving more positive results related to enemies, related to debts, like big debts that were troubling you. You may be able to pay some of the hefty amount, and things will come to a very positive side for you. Then Mercury, finally, the lord of the Kendra, enters into the 6th house, takes control of this house. So now what happens is that Mercury is the planet that will come here and make sure that if there is any trouble related to enemies in the communication area, where you will give you some kind of direction in the communication to make sure you get out of that problem. Mercury, whenever will come into such kind of situations, Mercury's dual character. It will take the positiveness of the biggest planet it is sitting with, and that biggest planet is Jupiter. So it will take Jupiter's positiveness and become positive like Jupiter, and it will try to act very nicely and get you out of a lot of problems. So good news for all the Sagittarius ascendant people. But remember, this is the time that you may have to go to some kind of hospital, or maybe some kind of prison to get someone out, because this is the time that all the four planets are aspecting the 12th house of isolation. So isolation will happen. Either you will go have to go to visit some jail to someone, or either to some hospital, or either to a foreign country. So now depends on what situation and what area in life you are, and it will act that way. But isolation is there, so be careful. Okay. Otherwise, on a positive side, a lot of good things in the fifth house: love, romance, happiness, things, all that is working for you. So make the most of use of it. We do make monthly videos, we do make weekly, we do make other transits. So for that, to keep a chain or continue listening or watching, you should subscribe so that you're always connected, and we can be always there to serve you. All the best. There is a WhatsApp link also in the description for personal appointments. If you want to take personal appointments, everything is below, and you can take appointments. Thank you, Sagittarius. Capricorn. Now, when we talk about Capricorn here, Jupiter has entered into your, into your fifth house, which is a very, very special house of education, aspecting the ninth house of higher education, aspecting the 11th house of gains, and aspecting the ascendant. So that means completely growth in an all area of your life: your education, your learning, your gains that is coming through your business or your work, and ascendant, that means personally as an individual also you will develop to a very beautiful height. Mercury enters into Aries. Now remember, Mercury here is the lord of the ninth house and the sixth house, entering into the fourth house. That means, debt related to your house, or some debt related to expenses related to house are coming on your head. So there will be or expenses related to father, some kind of expenses for father suddenly will come in your head. And this is going to happen as soon as Mercury enters into Aries. So take it in a positive way. Expenses should happen, right? If it happens, good for you. That expenses you will be able to take care of also during this time. So it's a very positive time. Then Sun enters into Taurus. Now Sun here is the eighth house lord into the fifth house. Whenever I told you eighth house and fifth house have any combination, there is going to be speculative gain. So during this time, you can expect some sudden speculative gain coming to you, either from your children, either from some share market, either from investments, either from inheritance, either from some kind of creative endeavors or startup that you are into. Things are going to look positive for you. There's going to be some positive immediate gains for you. Very nice. Very nice means very nice time for you. Then Venus enters into Taurus. Now what happens is, when Venus enters into Taurus, Venus will be moving into its own sign, and here Venus is an extreme yoga karka. Coming to the fifth house enhances power of the speculative gain. So that means speculation is there. Some kind of speculative sudden gains you are going to receive. Some tax refund, something is going to come to you. Let's wish God that what comes, it is going to be very positive for you. So let's hope for the best. Good news from children, those who are into progeny, those who are trying to conceive, those who are trying for second child, very good time for you. You should do that. It will be very, very positive for you. Then Mercury enters into Taurus. Now Mercury has ended a debilitation earlier only. Now it comes to the fifth house. See, the ninth house lord sitting ninth from itself. This is a very, very big thing to understand, that higher education is something that you should emphasize, or you should focus on during this time, because there is some educational thing that is coming to you, either learning, either kids, either education, or either love. These three, something of the other is coming in May for you. So let's hope for the best, that something that comes should come in a very positive manner, in a very beautiful manner to you. And I think mostly the thing that will happen is related to love and children only. Mostly those who are into our age bracket, those who are into young age bracket, for them higher education is promised. They may get admission in foreign countries during this time, because the 12th house lord is sitting in the fifth house. Jupiter means foreign. Even the ninth house lord is in the fifth house. So that means admission in foreign country, you will get letters for admission. So all the best. See, we do make these monthly videos, then we make weekly videos, then we make all the transits, and we make a lot of other educational videos on astrology. So if you are new, you can subscribe. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for appointments. That also is okay if you want to take personal appointments. and be well. Let's meet next month with a lot of more positive news, because this month is okay, but next month is awesome for you, like amazing for you. Okay, all the best. For Aquarius ascendant people, when we talk about Aquarius ascendant, Jupiter has moved to Taurus. Now, this is the Kendra house, Taurus, and this is the place of Venus, which is an extreme yoga karka. That means it is very, very positive planet for uh, Capricorn, or Aquarius and Capricorn both. Sorry. Here, Jupiter in the fourth house tells you that there is going to be good research based ability, research things, and also inheritance, like money. If family money is supposed to come to you, you will get it. It does not mean only inheritance. It means anything that is rightfully yours will come to you. Secondly, your eighth house was completely, life was completely up, down, up, down. Nothing. You never know that today this is happening, tomorrow that is happening. This is going to get in control, because Ketu comes into control here under Jupiter's aspect. Jupiter aspect in the 10th house, growth in your career. Jupiter aspect in the 12th house, foreign travel to foreign country, maybe some settlement in foreign country. Those who are in foreign country may get some passport, or that kind of stuff. So amazing time for you. Now, another thing that is happening is on 10th of May, Mercury will enter into Aries. Finally, debilitation is over. Now, Mercury has come and sit 11th from the 5th house. That means gains through partnerships, gains through some kind of research, gain through your partners. That means your loved ones, gain through children, gain through your communication. The Lord of Communication is coming to the house of communication. So, there is going to be some good gains, good communication coming to you, and will bring a lot of positivity into your life. Then Sun enters into Taurus. Now look at Sun. Sun is the lord of the seventh house, and Kendra lord coming into the Kendra, and sitting in very good position, aspecting the 10th house of of your career, owner of the seventh house of your relationship. There will be inner peace in your relationship. Some happiness will come through your relationship and partnership. That means from business partnership also you can expect some gains, monetary gains happening. So a very positive, awesome time for all the Aquarius ascendant people because of the sun. But sun coming into the fourth house is going to make Jupiter combust. So the positive results of Jupiter, especially in the area related to the eighth house, that is research, here there may be some kind of difficulty that you may face, some kind of sudden ups and downs in terms of your health, also some kind of sudden ups and downs in terms of your what you say, investments. Also you may feel that, oh, this investment was supposed to do this, but sometimes some problem will come. So be careful in that area, and that is evident also because Mars is also aspecting Ketu, the seventh aspect on Ketu. So there may be some hurdles in partnerships which we can see during this time. Then Venus comes to the fourth house. Venus is extremely yoga karka, and Venus coming to the fourth house means that is going a lot of peace, happiness, inner peace, social security, monetary benefits, things related to real estate, things related to vehicles, happiness from mother, happiness from motherland. Everything is restored. So Venus comes and guarantees that this is a positive time for Aquarius ascendant people for sure. This month is a very positive, very happiness oriented month, because then Mercury also enters into Taurus. Now Mercury here, big planets here, है ना? And out of that, three benefics, only one malefic. Mercury is benefic, Venus is benefic, Jupiter is benefic, only Sun is malefic here. So this means that little bit of challenge Sun will create when it makes other people combust, but otherwise these three are going to be one party. And remember, the planets may have war together, or they may have planetary wars is there, but on a larger level in God's work they are one and the same. They do not believe in any difference. They have one and the same. They have single opinion in that area. So Mercury coming here, the lord of the eighth house and the lord of the fifth house coming to the fourth house means some kind of we say journey, because the fifth house lord is sitting 12th from itself for higher education. Again, education wise, project wise, startup wise, maybe going to some seminar, conferences can be seen during this time. And more emphasis is in the fourth house. That means this is the time you will be putting your cars in your garage, or you will be getting some home painting work, some kind of renovation done during this time. So this month is a month of lot of expenses also. So it's not like expenses are not there, but there is only one caution that you have to take: speech. Second house is Rahu, second house is speech, second house is Mars is fire. That means fiery speech which does not have, or which can be just illusion, that you may feel that this is an illusion, but you may speak it out and things will become negative for you. So we don't want that fiery speech to come. Be silent. Just enjoy all the comfort that is coming to the fourth house. Awesome time for you. All the best. Thank you. So we make monthly videos, we make weekly videos, we make a lot of transits, we make other information videos. So for that, if you don't want to miss those, just subscribe so that you're always a part of us. And those who are watching for the first time and want appointment, or those who have been watching for a longer period. Today I got someone, Roji, who told, uh, I'm taking an appointment with you after watching 8 months. I saw all the astrologers, then I saw your way of explaining, then I took an appointment with you because I don't I wanted to take the right approach, this that. He did not even talk the 30 minutes appointment. He spoke only for 12 minutes. He's like, okay, from 8 9 months I've been following. I just wanted to, now I thought that yes man, this also happened, that also happened, then this happened, this is happening in generic video, so what will happen in my own personal video? So then he took a larger consultation, and 13 14 minutes he was done. He's like, okay, these were my questions, I'm done, I'm bye bye. I'm like, okay, all the best. So do subscribe, and WhatsApp link is in the description below. For Pisces ascendant people, when we talk about Pisces rising, here, your Lagna is occupied by Rahu. A very, very illusionative time. A lot of illusion happening in your mind. You may be thinking that this is what I will achieve, but it comes and it does not happen. This is what will happen, nothing happens. So, but things are going to move on for you because Jupiter has entered into Taurus, into the third house, and especially aspecting the seventh house. So number one thing that it will do is relationships. The relationship that were not working for you, or you were looking for the right relationship or partnership, Ketu was putting a lot of detachment there. But now Jupiter aspecting the seventh house gives commitment, as well as indication of relationship, maybe a marriage, maybe a partnership, maybe getting into starting your own business and getting paper sign. These are the things that you may do during this time. So good news. Then Jupiter aspecting the ninth house means some kind of destiny working in your favor. That means destiny will be your partner. Wherever you will put your hand, destiny will tell you that, okay, I support you. Especially the 11th house aspect of Jupiter, that is the ninth aspect of Jupiter on the 11th house, tells you that biggest to biggest of higher goals that you were trying to achieve will be achieved. So it is a positive time for all the people. With Mercury ending its debilitation and entering into Aries, that is your second house, that is also a positive time, because see, second house is the house of your speech and wealth. And when the Lord of happiness, the Kendra Lord, the Lord of relationship and partnerships comes into the second house, that means you're going to gain from your home country, homeland, or from real estate, from fixed assets, or you're going to gain from partnerships. So two things, money is coming to you for sure. Sun is entering into Taurus. Now, Sun is the lord of the sixth house, coming into the third house. Not a very pleasant placement, but if you see, this means that workplace will have a little bit of hardships during this time. There may be some sudden ups and downs that you may have to face in the workplace area, because workplace, discipline, enemies, everything has come to the house of struggle. So there's going to be struggle in these areas. Jupiter is powerful here, but not powerful than the sun. Sun is the most powerful planet in the system. It is the king. Sun does not get combust, sun does not get retrograde, sun does not have any affliction. Sun gives affliction to other people. So here sun is giving affliction to Jupiter. It makes Jupiter's combust, so that Jupiter power is not so powerful. So here you have to be careful in terms of your communication. No fiery communication, no sudden communications, no impulsiveness, and that is what is tend to happen because Rahu and um, Mars are in the first house. Impulsive behavior can be your enemy. No impulsive behavior should be done during this time. Communication should be at a very, very minute, very, very minimum level. No written communication for sure. Okay, then Venus enters into Taurus. Now this is the time it will ease down a little bit of issues. All the sudden ups and downs that are going, because 8th house is also ruled by Venus, is going to take control of this house and put you into the right frame of mind for the communication, for your siblings, with your neighbors. Things will become very nice and right as soon as Venus will enter Taurus. But from 14th till 19th, there may be some ups and downs that you may have to go through. Then Mercury also says that why not me? I will, the Kendra Lord, comes into the house, the third house. That means now communication will be more positive. The Lord of Communication has come to the house of communication, so things are going to be positive. This is the time to make your social presence higher. Those who are into art and in a creative work, and everyone is into creative work, but those who are into specially creative area should make the most of this time, the best of this time, because this is superb time for those who are writing something, those who are journalists, those who are into any kind of literature area. Very nice time for them. Those who are into communication kind of jobs, especially in IT and mostly related to data engineering, data science, or project management, when they're talking to a lot of clients, very good time to make a very good status and impression in that area. So things are going to be very, very positive for all the ascendants. Very, very beautiful time for Pisces also. So we make monthly videos, we make weekly, and we also make a lot of transits. So I think you should subscribe so that you're always up to date. And those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe so that you can always take appointments, so that you will always be there. You can discuss your chart with me in detail. All the best, Rohitji.
Yes, you
Thank you.
can discuss your chart with Akashji. Thank you, Akashji, for your time, for your efforts, and such a positive video which will motivate us whole the month. So for appointments, there are details on the screen. You can take consultation from website or from this WhatsApp number or mail ID. You can send your details. Team will contact you, and you will have a video consultation with Akashji. Thank you, Akashji, for your time and research work, which we take benefit of, and we'll meet you in some next video. Till then, Jai
Jai
Shri Ram,
Shri Ram,
Jai
Jai
Hind,
Hanuman, Jai Mata
Jai
Di.
Namah Shivaya.